Hello and welcome into the maiden voyage of 1776 podcast. There's a lot of meaning behind that. This is going to be our first podcast, hence the maiden voyage. Anyhow, so there's a couple things I wanted to talk about today. There's a lot of things that we will be talking about on this podcast, and that's the origination of our country as it is, as it was, and the transition into how it is and how it has become what it is today, and the things that are in jeopardy, our liberties, our sovereignty, our democracy, our republic, which has seemingly gone. However, today we are going to be talking about the Summit of the Future 2024, which is what has happened over the past few days. So what that is the UN meeting that has happened, and I believe yesterday our lovely president agreed to this pact for the future. Probably doesn't even know what the name is to it. However, so a lot of people don't even know what this means. I doubt. I probably don't know everything that is in there, but what I do know is that this has the ability, and it very well seems like it is the goal to take away our independence. So I just want to read you something here. I'm going to switch over, let you see. So this is from UN.org, Summit of the Future, towards a pact for the future. The Summit of the Future 2020 or 22 to 23rd of September, which was yesterday and today, will produce an intergovernmentally negotiated, action-oriented pact for the future, with chapters on sustainable development, what does that mean, and financing for development, take our money, international peace and security, science, technology, and innovation, and digital cooperation, youth and future generations, and transforming global governance. That's crazy. So the UN they have formed this pact, and what this is on the whole 2030 agenda. But let's just take a look real quick at a quick definition. Governance. Governance. The action or manner of governing. Okay, self-explanatory, right? Sway, control. There's your key word right there. Control. Right? It's back over here. Transforming global control. Global control. That's what they want. They want to control everything. Where did the UN come from? Who funds the UN? Some things to look into. Why is the UN there? You know, it talks about this in the Bible. It talks about the world peace. It talks about all this. It's a lot to look into, and we're going to dive into this in future podcasts. But I just wanted to throw this maiden podcast up there. I really want to sell. I think that's why I'm going with maiden. Anyhow, so actually, I don't want to sell. I don't like to sell. I like to be on a boat, but sailboat is not it. They're scary. Anyhow, so there is a website you can go to. It's called freehumanity.org. So I'm going to pop this up here. This is a petition. Right now, I believe they have 4,500 signatures. That's not enough. But the more people that can get this out there, the better. So this is to take a stand against the UN's global outreach. Obviously, we know that the UN is trying to control the world. That's what they want to do. They want to control you. They want to control me. They want to take away our independence. This just to be abundantly clear, um, this pact that was signed by Biden, that was agreed to by Biden, goes against our constitutional rights, goes against our inalienable rights that were given to us by our Creator, that are, our forefathers foreseen these things coming and decided, 20 years later to make it a little bit more clear with the Bill of Rights, which the Supreme Court has upheld in some ways, but in others they tend to take away from that. And those things are not left up to legal nowadays legal what's the word, whatever they think that they want to say it means. The word eludes me, but the thing is that even in those rights, even in like the Bill of Rights, the reason why it took so long for the Bill of Rights to be written, they thought that it was pretty evident, but it was pushed, and so the Declaration of Independence was signed in 1776. The Constitution was signed in 1787, and then years and years later, in 1791, the Bill of Rights was ratified, was signed, and the more we define things, the more we define civil liberties, the more we define these things, the more we lose, because they're really all encompassing. And that's one thing that I believe that is good about these forums, like you see here, where they are, trying to get these signatures and such, and they're going for 6,400, and I'm guessing that's when they're going to send it up. But just give it a little read. So it's talking about the United Nations, how they will hold the summit of the future. Let's just read it. Where the pact of the future will be unveiled. While the stated goal is to tackle pressing global challenges like climate change, inequality, and public health, there's one to look at, public health. We are concerned that no matter how noble the UN goals may appear, the methods of their implementation pose significant risks to our freedom, sovereignty, and democracy. The decisions made at this summit could reshape our world in ways that could undermine the rights of individuals, nations, and communities. This is not just another global meeting. It's not. It is a turning point that demands our immediate attention and action, and that's absolutely true. These are, the pandemic was created, and that is a way to ease into things like this. So when you really look at these things and to really, really pay attention, if you're going to come on here and you're going to say, oh, you're wrong, show me proof. Show me proof. I can show you proof. Pfizer is getting sued by states, by multiple states. Pfizer has been in lawsuits for a while. Several states suing Pfizer, and go look at the reasons. And who is trying to use that? Who is trying to use that for their ultimate agenda? Not using Pfizer getting sued, but using the pandemic, for their ultimate agenda. They want to be able to, I'm getting into what I was going to get into on the next podcast, but they want to be able to control these situations and be able to come in and take control of your country and say, hey, look, we've got all these people that aren't complying. We're going to control them. We're going to tell them what to do. We're going to take your kids out of school and give them jabs, give them shots of things that we want to give them that probably aren't even vaccines. We already know that. I mean, go out and look. Really do some research. Obviously, if you got to my video, you've done a lot of research or you stumbled upon it. But the fact of the matter is that we've got to wake up. We've got to wake up. There is so much going on right now that the presidential election is just the tip of the iceberg. Everything hinges on that. When you're president and the leading Democratic candidate are backing this, we're all in jeopardy, and we all need to wake up. You might think that it's okay because you go and work, you get your paycheck on Friday, you come home, you watch NCIS or whatever you watch, you ride your side by side and you go out and everything's fine. But it's not. It's not fine. Just look around. Our nation is in jeopardy. Our freedoms are in jeopardy. Wake up. See you on the next one. Go sign this. Take a look at it. Really take a look at this. It doesn't take but just a minute. Add your name to it. freehumanity.org/pact for the future. I'll put a link in the description. I haven't even reached out to these people. This is something that I believe in. And for God's sake, if you're here in America, you should believe in it too. This should have far more than 6,400 signatures that they're wanting. Should have far more than that. And there should be more of these. We have got to speak up. We have got to exercise your rights and your obligations as an American citizen. Exercise your rights. And not just the First Amendment. Be proud of being an American. I am. Are you? Something to think about. Until next time, signing off. Praying for our country.